When I was 19 years old, I encountered Jesus Christ. Yes, the God of Christianity. Some of you have probably heard this story before if you follow my channel. If you haven't seen my channel before, if you haven't seen my videos, then you definitely don't know my story, and I'd love to share it with you. And if you have seen these videos, then you can skip this one, I suppose, or just hear my story again if I don't know, there might be something new for me to tell you or to explain. I don't know. Really quickly before we get into this, I just want to say I love you, and I hope you all are doing good. I really hope you guys are well and feeling mentally okay, mentally healthy, spiritually healthy, physically healthy. I just hope you guys are doing good right now. And if you're not, maybe it's time to get on self-improvement and find God. I don't know. There goes all my viewers. Everybody just clicks off because I told them to go find God. Honestly, when I was an atheist, I probably would have done the same thing. I would have been like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Clicks off. Anyways, before I get into this, I just want to say, if you guys want to join a community of people also on this journey of discovering God, discovering, there's a village here, discovering self-improvement, just improving our mental health together, improving our physical and spiritual health, just trying to get better and feel better about life. And we're just all broken people trying to get better and do better and feel better. This is a cute little village, actually. So tiny and compact. If that interests you, if you want to join that kind of community of people, then consider joining the Discord link in the description below. You do have to pay like a couple dollars a month, but there is also a grace period for the first week, so you can join, and if you like it, you can pay. If you don't like it, then you can just leave. It's okay. No hard feelings whatsoever. I know it's kind of annoying when somebody has a paid product that they're advertising, but I do it to support these videos. I don't really have time to do them, but I kind of get a couple dollars a month just so I can actually make them, and have the time. I love you all. Hope you guys are all doing well, and check that out if you want to. Anyways, on with the story. So when I was 19 years old, I encountered Jesus Christ. So we're gonna go ahead and backtrack to about 17 years old, 18 years old. I essentially have a childhood best friend that I've been friends with since I was like 4 years old, and hung out ever since. I mean, great friends, and we've kind of grown apart just because of life, but we're still really good friends. We catch up all the time. And when I was about 17, almost 18, he invited me to go to church with him. And the funny thing is, I was always afraid of church because I had one bad experience when I was younger, and I also grew up in a Muslim house, so the whole idea of being around a church just felt weird to me, and I really was unsure about it. But I was like, well, my best friend and his family are kind of like a safe place for me, so if anything goes wrong, at least I'm with them, and I trust them, and I'll go. You know, it's a social thing. It allows me to spend more time with my friend, and honestly, I'm a directionless, bored, purposeless, depressed 17-year-old, so honestly, any kind of headway in any direction in life will be a positive, no matter what the direction is. That's basically where I was at. Ended up going to church for many months, and there was a whole encounter. I won't go too deep into it, but I had an encounter at a men's retreat that was a part of the church that really spoke to me and really made me almost cry, actually, for the first time in many, many months, because I was a hardened atheist, hated my life, depressed, numb. So that was kind of a shocker. That was kind of a turning point for me. But eventually my parents, my Muslim parents, find out that I was going to church, and my dad essentially freaked out, but then after a while he forgave me and was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. At least I'm not some degenerate on the street taking drugs, and you know how foreigner parents are. They're just glad you're not on the street or something. So that's kind of the point of view my dad took. And so he was fine, but then my stepmom found out. Actually, I think he got upset at me one time, and then he told my stepmom. And at this point, my stepmom was so angry that she threatened to kill me. And basically, my dad was like, "Okay, you just need to get out. You just need to leave. It's just go. Just find somewhere else." And so I was like, "Okay, whatever." I just kind of accepted it. I mean, there's no way I can be around my abusive stepmother any longer anyway, so I had to leave. For the record, my stepmom tried to kill me when I was younger, so there's that. I forgive her, but man, definitely not a good situation to be in when she's threatening to kill you and all that, because I truly believed she probably would have. Kind of a cool little area. Love this game, man. This game is so nostalgic and so beautiful. I don't need any of this stuff right here, but we will take that gold up there for the golden apple. So my best friend and eventually his family eventually took me in, but after a few months my friend moved out to go to college, and at this point I had to leave because, well, it's just me and my best friend's parents. So eventually I drop out of college and also lose my job at the same exact time. I ended up getting another job pretty soon, but my best friend's parents were like, okay, you just need to leave. I think it'd be better for you if you just go out on your own. There were some things leading up to that as well with me and my best friend, but nothing bad, of course, but just wasn't a good situation. I mean, I was sharing a room with my best friend, and very compact house they have, and I don't blame them. And also, I was actually on the same page. I was going to actually tell them that I need to get out of there and be on my own. So I go out to be homeless. It's essentially winter 2023. Yeah, winter 2023, and at this point I am homeless, living in my car in 30-degree weather, 25-degree weather, Fahrenheit, and not Celsius. That'd be pretty hot, but this is the situation I was in, and you would think I would be really depressed and lonely and just alone and purposeless and directionless and kind of wanting to die and getting unaliving thoughts, and that is true. That is exactly where I was mentally and spiritually, and I just wanted to go. I just wanted to die and disappear. I felt so alone, so hurt, so heartbroken, so depressed, so lonely, so without purpose. This is beautiful though. Holy crap. Are you guys seeing this? How did we end up in such a beautiful spot? We should have built our house over here. What are we doing? Anyways, so this is where I was at this point. I am all alone, living in my car, just trying to make it out. I had nobody. I didn't talk to anybody. I was alone. I slept in my car, took showers at the gym. That's basically all I had. I didn't eat. I didn't do anything. I just was alone. After, I think about a week, maybe 2 weeks, I had a breaking point, and I was just crying and sobbing, and I was so done with life. And eventually, I've been going to church for a year at this point, but I kind of stopped going ever since my friend moved away. So it was just me and this hypothetically existing God that might exist but might not. I don't really know. But at this point, I thought about it, and I just said, you know what, God, Jesus, if you're real, then show yourself to me. And if you're not real, if you don't exist, then I'm going to kill myself. I'm done. I'm just done. And I don't know if I would have gone through with it. I know the first time, a couple of years ago, I would have gone through with it, and I actually almost did. But I know this time I probably wouldn't have gone through with ending it, but at the same time, man, I was so messed up that it was just not good, and it was really bad. What happened after that moment, after I said that, after I prayed that, what happened next changed my life forever. Completely changed my life, the course of my life, the direction. If it wasn't for this moment, if it wasn't for what just happened, I wouldn't be alive today. Or I'd be in jail, or something bad would have happened. That's where I was in life. When I prayed that prayer of desperation, of testing God and just calling out to God, giving everything to Him if He is real, and if not, that was it. After I did that, I felt the biggest rush of peace that I ever felt. The biggest rush of love from something that's bigger than me, larger than me. Kind of like when your parents, if you've grown up with abusive or neglectful parents, and you might not relate to this, but if you've ever felt true like love and just joy from your parents towards you, and you just felt so loved and secure in your love, and just secure in their love. Imagine that, but like times a million. This is where I was. Holy crap, I traveled really far. I'm like 6,000 blocks away from home. Oh my gosh. My life was changed forever. I felt the biggest rush of joy, like just autistically smiling at every little thing. The sky, the trees, the people walking by. Everything just made me so happy to where I would just smile at things and smile at people. People probably thought I was like kind of special. Why is this guy so happy? Kind of weird. Bro thinks life is just sunshine and rainbows. And that's exactly where I was at. I mean, I was so happy that I was just so happy. I don't know. I felt so much innocence, as if I've never watched porn before, as if I've never had an addiction, as if I've never been lazy or selfish or knowledgeable of inappropriate things. I just felt so innocent, like I did as a kid. I felt so weightless. I just felt light as a feather. I don't know if you guys realize this, but you're actually very weighted down, like physically and spiritually. And all of a sudden, when I did this, when I prayed this, I felt really, really light. Mentally, I felt light. Mentally, I felt like I had nothing in my head. I just felt empty. I felt so in the moment, like the most feeling of in the moment I've ever felt in my life. More than a flow state, more than working really hard on an assignment, grinding it out, more than a sport that I've played. I was more in the moment than that. I was just so present, so mindful, so aware of every little thing around me. I, for the first time since a child, I felt so alive. This was my encounter with Jesus Christ. A lot of people might say, oh, it wasn't God that triggered it, it was something else. And I understand if that's your opinion. I get it. I was a hardcore atheist. 5 minutes before this, I was thinking the most vigorous, violent thoughts about beating people up, thoughts about killing people, thoughts about unaliving myself, thoughts about hurting people, thoughts about just the most disgusting things. I was cussing, I was angry, I was depressed, I was really, really stressed out because I was without any direction in life and I was failing. And split second, I felt the presence of something so strong, and it only happened after I cried out to Jesus Christ, the name Jesus. It changed my life. I was an atheist. I didn't believe in any of this. I didn't understand that Jesus could be real. I just had nothing left to believe in, so I believed in that wholeheartedly, and it changed my life forever. I'm telling you guys, I'm not lying, I'm not making this up. On my life, Jesus saved my life. Completely saved me. I've never felt so much love for people in my life. I've never felt so much appreciation for people. I've never felt so alive. I've never felt so innocent. I've never felt so joyful and content. That's another thing. We're not very content with our lives, but all of a sudden I felt content, which is such a good feeling that most of us never get to experience. I wish that you could experience this. I wish everybody could experience this, and that's kind of the point of this channel. Because it's not just about believing in God. That's not just the only thing. There's so much more to it. Because our actions have spiritual consequences. If we cuss, if we get angry, if we hit somebody, if we hurt somebody, if we do something as crazy as killing somebody, that has spiritual consequences to us and the world around us, and it affects our closeness to God and our closeness to the natural order to life and the way of life that we're all supposed to live naturally. We get distant from that. And we might not have ever killed somebody before, we might not have ever done something as horrendous as that, but we've all distanced ourselves from God in small ways. And even if we're slightly distant from God, if we don't believe in God, If we don't believe in God or Jesus, if we don't believe in that, and we are distant by 1 centimeter, by 1 millimeter from God, if we're just putting spiritual things into physical measurements, then we would be we'd be failures. So we need Jesus Christ. We need Jesus. And man, like, when you just encounter him, it's like heaven on earth. Heaven is just 100% God, and hell is just a place without God, 0% God. I felt so much heaven, so much God all at once. It is my purpose in life to tell other people about this and tell other people that this is possible for them. You've been hurting, you've been broken, you've been depressed, you've been anxious for so long, you've been overwhelmed, you've been overstimulated, you've been hurting, you've been broken, you've been heartbroken, you've been mentally unwell, you've been maybe schizo, maybe OCD, maybe autism, maybe ADHD, whatever you're struggling with, it can all change if you just have faith in Jesus and you just have a relationship with Jesus. And don't get me wrong, after the first couple weeks, my life went back to normal for the most part, but I still chased God with all my heart. And when I did chase God, when I did have a relationship with God and prayed daily, and when I did do the good things and not the bad things, at least I tried my best to do the good things, when I did that, I felt a little bit of that peace. I felt a little bit of that love, a little bit of that joy, a little bit of that contentment, a little bit of that innocence, a little bit of that spiritual like essence to life. I felt a little bit more alive than I usually do, a little less numb. That is what you're in for when you give your life to Jesus. I just want to invite you today, if you're interested, if you really just have nothing left to hope for, to come to Jesus and believe in him. And I'm not going to say some random prayer for you to recite. I'm not going to just do that for you. I want you to genuinely close your door, turn your phone off, go to your room, and just cry out to the God of the universe. Cry out to Jesus and just say, hey, I don't understand you. I don't know if you're real, but I just am trusting you right now, and I just give my life to you, and this is all I have. I don't have anything else. I need you. I desperately need you. I'm anxious. I'm depressed. I'm hurting. Lord, if you are real, God, if you are real, please show yourself. And I promise you will feel something. It might not be as drastic as my experience, but you will feel something and your life will change. And now you are on a better trajectory for the rest of your life. There is now hope for you, and things will get better. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please consider subscribing and watching some of my other videos. Just a reminder, if you do want to join a community of people who are also on self-improvement and trying to follow God and trying to learn about God and spirituality and meaning and purpose and direction for their lives, and just trying to get better, trying to feel better, trying to improve their lives and do the good habits that will improve their life and quit the bad habits that are ruining their life, like addictions and all these things, and please consider joining the Discord in the description below. It is free for 1 week. You can decide if you want to stay past that point, but I promise you it will help, and it will just be refreshing to have people, other humans that you can genuinely go to and open up to, and you can be anonymous. You don't have to show you don't have to show yourself. You can literally be 100% anonymous and share everything, and just share your progress and share who you are and what you're struggling with, and your life can be genuinely impacted in a good way just by having other people there for you and rooting for you and supporting you and listening to you. So with that being said, I love you all so very much, and I hope to see you all sometime soon. Goodbye.